I think that it all has to kind of go back to the start, which was in 2009, the formation of the Denver Theater District.
Every media district in the country up until the Denver Theater District was a private-to-private transaction. So a landlord made some money, a commercial entity could put stuff up there, and the only reason it had value, the only reason they wanted to do that was because of the eyeballs, the public that was there. So the public was literally creating the value, and they weren't getting anything out of it directly. And so originally we said, we want to give back to the public. We want this media district to connect to the public and give them a public benefit. So the theater district was formed to bring unique art and activity to the streets.
Denver is an amazing place to live, particularly for someone in their 20s, especially right now. You already know we're the #1 destination for millennials, the #1 destination for, traveling for millennials. Like, we're just so many things that draws younger people to this area. And younger people generally are more interested in what's kind of cool and happening in the arts world.
And I think the theater district in Denver is leading the way as a public platform for unique street art. And I've been to other cities, I've been to conferences, and finally, after 5-6 years, people are looking at us and going, hey, how do we get that?
So we control the LED screens around downtown Denver. There's 4 of them under our exclusive control, shared with our sponsorship and ad partners. And we take over those screens and showcase local art.
And we have Ivar lead the way in terms of curating the work.
Looking at the task of putting artwork on them, there's a lot of directions that it could go, but my background is in film and video and contemporary art.
And so we want to be unique, interesting. We don't want to be offensive. We understand art pushes the line at times.
When I was more heavily involved with what I would call traditional public art, there was always this saying that, people either love it or hate it. And if everybody loves your piece, it's probably a really bad or boring piece. If there's people that really have negative feelings about a public artwork, in general, it's probably going to be more interesting.
It's still very, very difficult to explain to people what is digital art and what are we doing with Denver Digerati and Friday Flash, let alone the 10-Second Film Festival or some of the other endeavors we've gone and tried. And the issue is, they understand that, okay, this is video and this is art, but the way that we're actually presenting it, large format public space, isn't really done anywhere.
I want Denver to be a leader in this space, and I think we're making our way there.
And there's a reason that some of our really good programs and commissions and stuff Ivar's found have made its way beyond our country's borders, because very few other civic type groups, quasi-governmental groups, are really even thinking about this as an emerging arts form.
And you don't often get the chance to be at the beginning of the formation of an art form. And I think 10 years from now, this stuff will be much more prevalent and accepted.
This is a whole emerging art field for the world, not just us. And to have someone like Ivar lead it allows us purely to support him.
Friday Flash #11 is the conclusion of the summer series.
Each event we do has this great incremental growth, and then every now and again we do the bigger parties like commissions.
And to me, that's really just like the cornerstone of the whole initiative. We are dedicated to supporting artists financially through the commission process. Sin Young Kim is another artist that we sampled one of her pieces last year for Kid Wonder. She did so well, she produced 2 pieces that has never happened before in the commission process, but I liked them both. And the relationship between the two, 25 years is the first one, kicks off our program this year, and then the second one is called 1,000 Years.
American Express should stop sending me cards. Don't you get it? After all these years, I miss my family, miss going to the beach. Why do I drink so much? I don't know. Why do you look like that?
I call him my greatest find for 2015 is Michael Pelletier, and he's originally from Canada but working in the Netherlands.
Here's some absurdist eye candy for you.
Tomek is also a very unique case in that he was originally living in Colorado Springs probably for at least a decade, and his whole career as an artist and in video art was recognized largely in the state of Colorado. Brenna Murphy, we asked to be a commission artist this year, and she was originally part of Friday Flash #3. And looking at her work today, or this year, I would say she's absolutely the type of artist we want to support. Mario is somebody who I've long admired in Denver's art scene, and the basis for his work originally, when I discovered it years ago, was digital manipulation of found imagery, and I fell in love with the works that he was producing on that level and have really followed his career. He's primarily a collage artist. One of the most outstanding works to this date that I have shown was by Fayez Jaffrey, who is an artist based in Hong Kong. And anybody can go online and look at Fayez's work, and to me, it really represents, I'd say, one of the most exciting levels of what you're finding in digital animation today. The last artists that we invited were Katie Watson and Tara Patty, and the two of them have a company called Impromptu Co. It was nice to have an artist team also working on this. Both local components were just fantastic.
Denver Digerati is art that's shown to the public.
Artists from all over the world know about the LED screen at 14th and Champa, and it's changed the dialogue about what 14th and Champa is. It's no longer just the street nobody knows about, it's where the guy from Japan put his art up and where the guy from Ireland put his art up, and that's changed the dialogue completely.
My goal next year is to actually have 2 days where we have only arts activation on all of the screens at once. And that's something that we are talking about doing right now. If I was in charge, we would probably do it not just 2 days, we'd do it for 365 days.
So I think the next step, and we're actually thinking about it, and we're starting to work on it, is how do we create physical structures that bring this art 24/7 to cities.
This is a responsible thing to do. It may be expensive to put the infrastructure in place, but to me it's more expensive to miss that opportunity.